Hi. So 2 years ago, I wrote for my Medium account about a report that was published by an institute called Ilko Kucherev Democratic Initiatives Foundation, based in Kiev, in the capital of Ukraine. And the report is called Observations of Public Attitudes in Donbas, Changes After the Elections in 2019, Emerging Risks Amid the War and COVID-19 Pandemic. Now, why is this report very interesting and insightful? Because the report tells something that is very kind of more complex, liquid and pluralistic that many people, as in Europe, believe or think. So the case now in Europe is that many people think or believe or feel that there are like two Ukraines. There is the Western part, which is kind of anti-Russia and pro-Europe, and there is the Eastern part, which is the opposite, pro-Russia and anti-Europe. But the things are really much more complicated and liquid because different individuals in Ukraine have different experiences, have different opinions, have different information, insights, and even if people have the same opinions, they can still make different conclusions about what should happen and so on. Now the thing is the following, that in Donbas regions, if you now speak about the so-called People's Republics, Lugansk and Donetsk, so despite everything what's happened, start of the war itself, what's happening now at the current moment, there are still many people there in these regions that are now controlled by the Russian government. So despite everything of that, despite of Russian, let's say, nationalism or aggression, there's still many people there who support Ukraine. I mean, they feel more or less loyal to the government in Kiev, to the Ukrainian government and public institutions. So according to the report, so this was written, let's say, 2 years ago, there is a chance, there are recommendations for the Ukrainian government what to do in order to create more trust, to promote more democracy, to promote more cohesion of the country. Because the thing is that at the end of the day, despite everything that's happening, the Ukrainian government in Kiev, they still have all the rights, sovereignty, and even obligations for their own citizens regarding pensions, social services, education, healthcare, and so on. Now, of course, it's easier to say that and harder to implement because it's not like you just go to separatist-controlled territory and deliver education, but at least there is a chance for more peaceful actions, for more, let's say, trust building, for engaging with everyone in the Donbas region, and particularly with those Ukrainian citizens that are still loyal to the Ukrainian government. So this report is very interesting because it really already 2 years ago provided the Ukrainian government with very important recommendations about what shall be done instead of, let's say, instead of a military solution, which is basically that Ukrainian army goes into these territories and basically takes over control by violence, which should probably gonna end up in civilian casualties, a little bit like in ex-Yugoslavia and Balkans during the 1990s. So for more information about this report, I will put it here in the video description so you can download it and read it and analyze yourself. So thank you very much for listening, and please follow my channel. Bye.